Promoting a positive learning environment in personal development is not merely a question of classroom etiquette. It is a disciplined inquiry into the conditions under which human beings learn most effectively. A positive learning environment may be understood as one in which psychological safety, mutual respect, clear expectations, and purposeful engagement coexist. In such a setting, students are not treated as passive recipients of information, but as developing agents whose confidence, curiosity, and responsibility are intentionally cultivated. The foundation of this environment is relational trust. Learners are more likely to invest effort when they believe that their dignity will be protected, their questions will be taken seriously, and their mistakes will be treated as part of growth rather than as evidence of inadequacy. Teachers and mentors therefore perform a crucial ethical function. They model patience, attentive listening, and constructive feedback. Their language matters because tone can either invite participation or produce withdrawal. A calm correction often achieves more than a harsh reprimand, since it separates the person from the error and preserves the learner's willingness to improve. Equally important is the clarity of structure. Positive environments are not chaotic spaces in which freedom is mistaken for the absence of boundaries. On the contrary, students flourish when goals, routines, and standards are explicit. Predictability reduces anxiety and allows attention to shift from self-protection to intellectual effort. When expectations are transparent, learners can judge their progress with greater accuracy and assume greater ownership of their development. In this sense, order is not the enemy of creativity. It is the precondition for sustained inquiry. A positive learning environment also depends upon inclusion. Individuals differ in ability, background, temperament, and prior knowledge, and effective personal development recognizes such difference not as an obstacle, but as a resource. An inclusive climate invites diverse perspectives, accommodates varying needs, and resists the silent hierarchy that often privileges only the quickest or most outspoken participants. It affirms that contribution can take many forms, including reflection, collaboration, observation, and questioning. This broader understanding of merit encourages learners to engage without fear of comparison becoming humiliation. Motivation, moreover, is strengthened when learning is connected to meaning. People are more committed when they can discern the relevance of an activity to their goals, values, or lived experience. Personal development, therefore, requires more than repetition. It requires reflection. Learners should be encouraged to ask what they are learning, why it matters, and how it may shape character as well as competence. Through this reflective process, education becomes transformative rather than merely procedural. Finally, a positive learning environment is sustained by consistency between principle and practice. Respect cannot be demanded while being denied in daily interaction. Growth cannot be praised while error is punished with shame. The most effective learning communities embody the values they seek to teach. When people experience fairness, encouragement, and accountability together, they begin to internalize those qualities and reproduce them in their own conduct. Thus, promoting a positive learning environment is not an accessory to personal development. It is its most credible method and its most enduring outcome.